Hey everybody, welcome to Ponytails Talking Pigskins. My name is Laurie Fitzpatrick. Today we're going to cover Jaycee Horn. So he's a guy who comes out of South Carolina. He was drafted to the Carolina Panthers. So the Carolina Panthers have an interesting secondary. They got rid of Russell Douglas, and they picked up AJ Bouye within the free agency period, and then they chose Jaycee Horn, eighth overall, to basically be one of their starting guys. So we're not really sure what's going to happen with Donte, who was the corner that played last year. He had some injuries. He had a couple picks. He had 3 picks last year, which is pretty good. But he had some issues, so they picked up a guy in Jaycee Horn who is pretty much a lockdown corner, and we're gonna go over a lot of different scenarios that he was in. And make sure you check out my article from Touchdown Wire USA Today. I released it not too long ago, and I'll go over some of the plays that I included in the article, but we'll also have some more plays that I didn't get a chance to kind of go over. But it's going to tell you a little bit more about this player and what the Panthers should be excited about. Within Jaycee Horn. So let's just go ahead and start. So first we have this play against Tennessee, and the reason why I pointed out is because he just does a great job of mirroring this wide receiver's footwork. So as soon as he comes out, he starts backing up. He does open up his hips, but he stays in a way like he doesn't. He still kind of stays square. He doesn't all the way turn around, so he's able to still uh, move his hips and turn to the outside if he was to turn to the outside, and that's exactly what he does here. You see how quick and how fluid his hips are in that clip. Him and the wide receiver are pretty much going hand in hand, and that's just the first thing that I wanted to point out to kind of show you that sometimes you want corners to be able to mirror. Well, a lot of times you want your corners to be able to mirror that wide receiver, so they can go hip for hip, and they can stick with them basically through everything. Now, this play, I have Kyle Pitt. He's guarding him on the top of your screen there, and he lines up against Kyle Pitt a lot against Florida. What I like about this play is that he uses the sideline as his friend, so he kind of pushes him out of bounds, not completely out of bounds, but he just basically eliminates the space that Kyle is able to try to give him. So if Kyle tries to get more space, he's going to run out of bounds. So that's the reason why Jaycee Horn kind of puts his hips up against Kyle and really tries to give him literally nothing. And that's unfortunately Kyle Pitts makes this catch here, but it's really good coverage by Jaycee Horner. There's really nothing you can do about that. He maybe turns around a little bit too early. He looks for the ball, but he looks for the ball before Kyle Pitts looks for the ball. If you see right here, Kyle Pitts is still, he didn't even make his break yet. But that's one thing I do like about Jaycee Horn, and we're going to see here, is that he never lets a receiver go through his break. He's really big on physicality at the break. So whether that's running across the line of scrimmage on a slant, or that's running a curl route right when the wide receiver is about to make his break to get open, to put his hands up, Jaycee Horn either is already looking there, so that's good anticipation, or if he's not like looking in that direction, he's always looking for the ball. He's always going for the ball. So whether that's pre-catch or post-catch, Jaycee Horn is always there. Now, how here we have Kyle Pitts right on the line of scrimmage. So he's gonna run out for this route, and we'll see how much Jaycee Horn puts his hands all over Kyle. And it's within 5 yards here. Here it gets kind of past 5 yards. But that's something that you want to see. You want to see that high physicality in your corner. And with his hand on his hip here, um, that is going to give JC the control. So just as long as the ref doesn't feel like he's impeding in the route, he's not interrupting the route, he's not slowing the guy down, you're allowed to keep your hands on a wide receiver like that. And he almost caught it, but it would have been an absolute filthy catch. Um, if he was able to kind of pull that in, but it was really the only place that you could put the ball where JC wasn't there. Okay, here you have an in route by Kyle Pitts, and once again, Jaycee Horn is all over him. And they actually do call, I believe, pass interference on this play. But just the fact that he is all over him, let's go back to that play. Sorry, hold on. And we're back. Okay, so Jaycee Horn gets beat off the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't have like immaculate speed or anything, but he's able to anticipate where the receiver is going, and once again, he stops him from breaking in and having that separation off the break. He has his hand on his backside, on his hip once again to kind of eliminate that separation that a receiver really, really wants to have. Boom, breakup. Beautiful play. Here we have him, Jaycee Horn, once again outside the numbers, preventing this wide receiver from having the space that he oh so dearly wants. So he's kind of pushing him out of bounds. And let's go back to that play. And what I like about this is that he literally almost like pushes him out of bounds, and the receiver has to literally push him off of him in order to get some type of separation. And I cut off this play because the quarterback ends up just running with the ball, even though Jaycee Horn gets pushed all the way off of this wide receiver, as you can see. But just being all over him was the main point there. Okay, here you have against Kyle Pitts again. He will not let him turn at all. He has the inside shade, prevent him from making his break inside. And as you can see, Kyle Pitts has to almost run through him in order to kind of get inside, and he doesn't. And so Jaycee Horn kind of throws him to the ground just to like let him know, like, hey man, I don't care that the play didn't go to the side. You ain't getting it, and you're gonna get on the ground and have to get back up and line up against me again. So that physicality is something that you'd like to see. All right, here you have Jaycee Horn at the bottom of your screen against Devonta Smith. He's backing up. He's giving him a lot of room because he's one of those guys. He's one of the hardest receivers to cover. A guy like Kyle Pitts, he's tall. He's not super fast. So you kind of can anticipate where he's going. You cannot anticipate with a receiver like Smith here, because he's so shifty. If you try to anticipate it, he's gonna hit you with a double move. So here he sees that the ball is getting thrown right at his break, so he anticipates and moves in. And just because Devontae catches it, he still prevents. Let's go back to that. On the other side here, he actually breaks it up post catch. And so, because he can't put his hand on the wide receiver before the ball gets there, he does it after. And I slow it down, and he's really able to get his hand on where he would tuck the ball, and then he gets his hand on the other side where he caught the ball. So either way, his hand is going to be within, uh, that that spot where the receiver is going to hold the ball. So no matter what, he's going to want to get his hand on it. Okay, so this is a play where it was kind of like a scramble drill. So this quarterback ran all the way to the outside. And here is Jaycee Horn right at the bottom of your screen. And let's go ahead and draw a little bit here. So you have Jaycee Horn coming back to the ball. Oh. Okay. Never mind. You have Jaycee Horn and his receiver coming back to the ball, and then you have this wide receiver coming across the middle, and he's gonna leave his guy and anticipate that throw. Oh, okay. I did draw. Here we go. He anticipates that throw, and he meets the ball right at the catch point. So even though the ball didn't even go to him, it didn't go to his receiver, he leaves his man and he goes to gets it. That's like the type of qualities you see in a safety, which is something that you want to see in your corner. Here, Jaycee Horn is telling his to his buddy, "Hey yo, you're gonna stay inside. We're gonna switch here. We're not gonna follow our men, and I'm gonna step up." He sees that I think that's Tua is kind of leaning back a little bit. He's gonna try to throw it over his head. Jaycee Horn, he leaves his man once again, and he gets back and he's able to get a hand on the ball. Beautiful, beautiful. Another instance. Here he is at the bottom of the screen where he leaves his man. He's pretty much zone here, so he's gonna get anybody that comes in his zone. Um, and so he sees that flat, and he doesn't get to it before the ball gets there. But there it's a gain of 0. So that's something that's really important to see. And here he has great anticipation. He's at the top of your screen. Let's rewind that a little bit. He's at the top of your screen here. As soon as that guy motions over, he's man to man. He kind of gets beat, but he recovers. And like I said, he doesn't have that top end speed, but that recovery speed, that close in speed, that short burst, he definitely has. And that paired with really good anticipation and ball tracking skills, he got an interception here. How beautiful was that? Let's replay that. He's able to kind of do that in and out route, and boom, he gets back. He trusts his size, man. He's 6'1". He's a big guy. You'll see him kind of in the corner of the screen here. Right now. So this is where he gets beat. Whoa, that wasn't a face mask, was it? Oh, that was a face mask. Oh, dirty. Okay, next clip. Here's Jaycee Horn against Devontae Smith again, and he runs to blitz, but he sees that he may throw the flat, so he runs over to make sure he can cut off that flat. But he's also going to rush the quarterback, so he's also going to make him throw it as quickly as possible. It ends up being a double screen here, or double flat route. So I think that's Waddle maybe on the flat, and he cuts that off. Maybe he didn't intend it to throw it there anyway. But the point is, the way that he pursues that is he doesn't go straight for the quarterback, even though he knows he has a guy back here. He wants to cut that off too. He literally tries to do everything in his power to give the quarterback zero options. So I just really like that play. This is just showing his physicality. He's at the top of the screen and he leaves his man right when he sees that the quarterback is going to go for the run, and he actually strips the ball. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. I had to re-upload that clip. So you see he gets off his man and he's able to put a hat on the ball. So they tell you as a defender, you want to bite the ball when you make a tackle, and he literally does that. Puts his hat on it and forces his fumble. Boom. Right there. Hat right on the ball. That is it's not great form to put your head down though. So, that's a little scary. He's going to want to have to keep his chin up a little bit, kind of run through the guy. Don't just make a minimal effort just to kind of get your hands on him. You really want to make sure that you bite the ball but keep your chin up, because that could be a nasty injury. Luckily, he did fumble, and they ended up getting the ball back, which is great. Here he is defending a concept route. Jaycee Horn is at the bottom of your screen. He sees that his linebacker kind of shifts over, and then what that does, that play action pulls that linebacker in. So then Devonta is going to run a little slant route, or an in route. Looks like a slant route though, and he's going to have that space because the linebacker moved over to bite on the play action. So that's something that I wish kind of JC would have realized to see how far back he is. If he maybe would have backed up instead of biting on the play action, that would have kind of prevented that space from being so wide open. But JC, he's able to kind of get back. And what I don't like about this clip is he doesn't touch him at all. He doesn't even try to tackle him, which like is interesting how like his physicality changes. Maybe because he knew he was getting in the NFL. He didn't want to get hurt, and there's a big chance you're going to get hurt when you make a lot of those tackles. But at the same time, you want to see him, make that tackle or at least attempt it. So now we're gonna see, a couple clips where he kind of doesn't really tackle at all. And I don't want to say it's a concern. Maybe he knows that his other, his teammates are gonna be the guys to kind of get that. But here he is at the top of the screen. Let's just say he doesn't make a great attempt at the tackle. He leaves him, and he so hey, he gets him out of bounds. Um, I just wish that the tackle would have been a little bit better. Here he is at the bottom of your screen. I guess he kind of gets jukier, but he breaks down well, just doesn't with it. So I can't really give him too much crap for missing this tackle. It's if whether it's against Carter or Williams, they're really hard guys to bring down. He just doesn't. You'll see him here in the slot. He's watching the play, which is great, so he gets there. He just doesn't take a good angle to bring him down. Now that's all I'm gonna break down with Jaycee Horn. I kind of wish my computer was running a little bit better, but there he is, Jaycee Horn. He has that great hip to hip stickiness. He mirrors the wide receivers' routes. He has that physicality. He doesn't let the wide receivers make their break. And those are the things that you want to see, with a corner. So he only had 2 picks in 2020, but he is climbing upwards because he didn't have any in 2019. So it's all about the potential, and he has the measurables, he has the size, he has the physicality, he has the smarts. He breaks on guys really early. So he's a guy that has a lot of potential. I'm really excited to see how the Panthers use him. He's got Kyle Pitts to go against again. He has Michael Thomas from the Saints, and he has from the Buccaneers. Antonio Brown, um, or Mike Evans, I believe. So, he's going to have some good competition, and, just watch out for him. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Give me a follow on Twitter. And this is all based off of the article that I wrote on Jaycee Horn. So check that out at Touchdown Wire at USA Today. Thank you guys so much.